Though it's sad, I can say as a matter of fact, there's a war afoot. And presently, the adversary seems afraid to lose a leg or a foot, or should I say a leg up or footing, in their approach to this civil fight. So their preference and advancement would be for everyone to tread light, not to step in arenas with IEDs, being improvised explosive devices, since missions find them as vices where wrong moves cost ultimate prices. Having been known to create crisis, decimating varied bodies and structures, these volatile disruptors just detonate, leaving whatever's close ruptured, bringing about anxiety and more stress whenever rumored to be around. Majority of the time at grassroots levels, having more attention at the ground. And with these devices popping up through town, it's making them harder to dodge, confusing generals of the other side since their makeup seems to be hodgepodge. No two IED looks the same, making them hard to plan for or maintain, just bursting on the scenes in ways they'd probably say scatter brains, when actually they blow minds. But the opposition would call that conflating. Despite the terminology, it's made the path forward hard for their navigating, not knowing which way to go in these battles, nor where to put forth their effort. But if it involves this dynamite type of matter, they're more inclined to put lesser in that direction, off the phobia of being blasted by this method of insurrection. Though a total misconception, they trust this fear aids in everyone's protection. Yelling, IED hazard, IED hazard, as ignorant clowns with DEI all backwards, saying this damning explosive integration that's making us rethink all standards will only afterwards destroy our systems. Wait, hold up. Like they're not best practices and wisdom, and having organizations operate within them is somehow now extremism? Do they not get diversity, equity, and inclusion, or just object as obtrusion? Surely the latter, since higher minds find it mandatory, all else is delusion. Like, what you doing if you hold the view that involving others not like you is wrong? That only you and whoever you arbitrarily deem alone are able to make an entity strong. Are you not aware that we all differ in some way, that humans in general have variety? That even being the same race, class, gender, etc., you won't match anyone entirely? No matter how imperceptibly you see the assortment or try your best to contort it or ignore it, you must at least acknowledge diversity is of the utmost importance. So much so, our maker didn't even duplicate our sunlight in countless stars. And though we search hard, we haven't seen another type of Earth in the span of quasars. Even after giving man a heart, he let it skip a beat at the sight of a woman quite distinct, displaying some of how he thinks and values differences, so our ideals should also link. To realize we are all identical in this one way, that in having dissimilarities, we equate. And should never mistake anyone for lesser, but give them equal opportunities to take. The staircase that employs a function that's innate and activates their purpose, making equity a total necessity, and no sane critic is out here saying it's worthless. Just to have the chance at a life of vitality shouldn't be an inconceivable reality due to partiality based off your features, religion, or initial nationality. It's a foul mentality, like putting the ball in one's court, allowing them to take free throw shots, while others have to launch it from back of the parking lot in order to prove what they've got. Things should be more level. And it's crazy to think that that admission makes you a rebel. Even more wild to make people that can't get into your group of choice just settle. As you push the pedal to the floor, wishing to leave certain persons behind in your dust. That's why inclusion is critical for all to be received, not where folks are off merely brushed. Too many with unmerited head starts and greedy for more hold the keys to the door, calling this land yours like everyone else should simply walk through on tour. And that's what DEI was primarily made for, to reclaim something that's a natural fact, ushered in on the backs of various executive orders and initiatives in the form of acts, like women's suffrage, fair labor standard, equal pay, and of course, the civil rights. All acts that fortunately made it through Congress in order to have the nation act right, or at least act like they're humane, changing the way minorities were pictured in mind frames, that they're not here to be marginalized, segregated, hunted like animals, nor as ornaments to hang. The harshest things done to humans throughout time were built off categorical differences to increase distances of relatability and validate acting as the antithesis. All slavery instances to internment camps, immigrant and refugee treatment to genocide, were each outcomes of perpetuated lies that only some differ where others coincide. Though no one contains fingerprints the same, nor back of the hand pattern of veins, no ear or face arranged as a replica, nor iris patterns on retinas within range, can't feel the same pain, discomfort, or shame, nor share 2 drops of the same rain, and wouldn't use the same jargon to ever explain a mutual life experience or exchange. There's no 2 brains or mind frames in the thousands of thoughts we have, good or strange. No matching spot in a lane, nor how one's been trained or had their history ingrained. I couldn't even write this poem over the same, nor repeat 24 hours once more sustained, because as long as we are on this earth, we are all subject to variations of change, and yet still we remain equal in our uniqueness, matchlessness, and distinctness. Some may say they can't see color, though clearly their ancestors did by how they treated us. Though never truly defeated us, however unjust, saying they not like us, not knowing better. Because no one's really like anyone else, which we all should accept as unbiased respecters.